Tar.
You mentioned how important the draw is. Wambach, Coletti, and
Brady Wambach to the top in the nation. Coletti, a preseason All-Patriot League faceoff specialist and All-American, while Wambach is statistically the 5th best faceoff specialist in America. Both teams scrumming it out on the ground. Who will win the faceoff? Carolina won the first off of a violation, and it will be Army.
Great play by Ryan Nixon there. He's really stepped up on the defensive side of the ball this season.
So a 1-0 lead for Army. Beautiful day here. And one team best in the country with the save percentage, and Wambach wins the faceoff. It's 2-0 Army. A little under 12 minutes to go in quarter number 1, so an early lead for a team that fell last week. Robert Simone is the faceoff specialist for Army this time, and Army picks it up, so Simone credited for the faceoff win. Simone's the number 2. He's 8th in the Patriot League in faceoff percentage, so 2 starters for Army in the top 10. We're going to get a long stick shot, and Ryan Nixon puts it outside, so Army's going to plays, and they realize they can just go towards the net, so it's going to be tough for A.J. Pilot to try have to balance. Do I go to Duffy? Do I go to Madden? Do I go to Petramala? Or even Ty English? So how do you figure that out if you're Army's defense?
Yeah, Pilot's
It's Alec Vaccaro this time in the faceoff X for the Black Knights. So we're going 3 deep for Army in terms of faceoff specialist. Wambach wins this one.
Wambach is having a really strong start to this game.
A very talented faceoff specialist, 4th in the NCAA.
It was great to see from the brothers.
How many times do you think they drew that up in the backyard when they were younger?
Too many to count, right? And again, that connection, it's valuable. It's unlike any other. You can't deny that brothers have a different connection than the rest of your team, although the cadets, I'm sure, have a little bit of an elevated chemistry as well.
No doubt about it. No matter if you're a firstie to a cow, a pilot, and you have the others defensive men that really aren't the same as Pilot, so how do you figure out the nose guarding situation? Something we have talked about off air as well in terms of just the talent on this North Carolina attack.
Yeah, you have to pick your poison.
The Fogo senior from Wheaton, Illinois. They'll battle it out, so we have not seen much of Coletti. Vaccaro with the winning faceoff. He has it himself. He's going to keep it and takes a shot. Vaccaro says no, no, no.
Another big save from Vaccaro on back-to-back possessions for the Black Knights. And again, leaning more man, leaning more zone, but it seems like there's been a mad scramble on a few of the goals to cover North Carolina players, and they find a way to keep someone open. There's so many assets on the attack.
Wambach gets the opening the face-off there and finds Duffy. Now Parker Hoffman pulls it outside. It's a 2-goal lead for Carolina.
That's it right there. Finding that shot selection. Fellows finding his man to the right of the goal.
Brett Koopman was the defender who was a couple steps behind, and Wambach with another face-off win, 8 of 11 today. Jackson Eicher, the attackman standing at 6'4", junior from Roswell, Georgia. Warrenton, Virginia, for Jackson Eicher, Roswell, Georgia, for Evan Plunkett. Both those players getting involved with Brain Fountain as well. The entire attack line having some fun. And here's Jackson Eicher again, looking for goal number 4, and he creases the top right corner. All of a sudden, things have changed and the momentum has shifted as we gear towards halftime.
Former Tar Heel Michael Jordan, Chicago Bull, NBA legend, always said that time just ran out on him, and I think that's what's going to happen to one of these two teams today. It really feels like a marathon game.
A back and forth game indeed, and this has been a fun one so far. We still have another full half of lacrosse to play, and
on dirty areas, taking a hit to make a play, especially when it's shooting on goal.
4th goal of the season for Brevin Wilson. And Vaccaro attempts to win the faceoff, ball in the air, and it goes the stick of Ryan Nixon.
We have to step up in Coletti's absence through this game. We thought he'd be back. It looks like he's been on the sidelines for most of the game.
Yeah, and he was a big reason why Army fell last week and had the setback to Boston University, because you don't have your unanimous All-American at the faceoff X. And now you have Alec Vaccaro and Robert Simone both splitting duties, and Brady Wambach looks for faceoff win number 10. Carolina looking to get the ground ball, and Brady Wambach once again an opening shot, and it's outside for Parker Hoffman, but a goal that Plunkett says, see you later.
And that's why that fountain goal before the half was really important.
Wambach, who has been instrumental today, finds Owen Duffy, who has another face-off win. That's Hill Plunkett's second Tremala and Owen Duffy. Vaccaro and Wambach once again. 11 wins for Wambach today. Vaccaro just trying to chomp at Wambach, and Wambach gets another ground ball and the face-off win. Getting the
things up, capitalize on the opportunity, all knotted up, and like we've been talking about, Matt, it's really going to be until time runs out that a winner's determined at the pace these teams are playing at.
We expected this exact type of game coming into this week, as Wambach won the face-off, lost the possession, and now both teams are going to battle. Eicher on the other side of the field playing midfield at the moment, and Pilot comes away. Yeah, right, Patriot League, but Jackson Eicher, story of this game, story of this second half. The 5 goals has really elevated this Army team.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stop him. And it's like when the ball's in his stick, now you see it, now you don't. And they have to find a way if you're North Carolina to stop that.
Parker Hoffman distribution for Evan Plunkett. That is such an underrated part of his game.
Yeah, he moves the ball as good as anybody. And you see Fellows move the ball well in the X, but Plunkett does that all over the field. It doesn't matter if he's 30 yards out or if he's crashing to the crease and trying to find an opening. He really does all the small details right on the attacking end, and that's what makes him a supreme attacking talent.
Face-off win of the season. Ryan Nixon credited the assist, but that started on the other side with Sean Byrne, and it's been impressive to see the way this Army team, all of a sudden the energy just continues on, and they're 17th. He's been excellent getting the possessions. Now can Carolina capitalize once again? He goes against Simone, and a push from behind. It's a flag now comes out on the field. The officials will confer.
Here's a replay.
Man down for the Black Knights.
Soft enough to get it to, from netting to netting.
Robert Simone, Brady Wambach back in the face-off X. And Simone, oh, he almost had the ground ball. Beat myself to it, but North Carolina does win the face-off. Face-off, New York is the most represented school on this North Carolina team. 12 members of the team, more than any other state. So a lot of families back here to watch their children play this game, and
opportunity to cut this lead to 1.
A treat for many today, watching at home or here at Michie Stadium. 13-12, it's a 1-goal game.
Great
Wambach
tailgates this afternoon as well.
Oh,
outside
absolutely.
Of the stadium.
We couldn't believe it when we were entering the stadium. They were here before we got here. Want to dedicate a